Welcome to part 10. Wario has 75 treasures, which means that we are on track to finish on part 12 for the 100% run. Making some progress by, honestly, that last part having levels that I practiced already. Makes a difference. Anyway, the objective here is to not get frozen there, but I will... Okay, I guess I won't show what the objective is. But you're trying to get one of those bears from the top floors here over to the little platform on the left here, which I don't think you can do from down there. Why would you ever want a bear on that platform? Well, be patient, you'll find out. And there's this weird little grating. Again with the too many sprites on the same horizontal layer bug, but yep, the snowflake goes through that grate and you can break the frog that way. You're always finding new ways to break frogs in this game. Yeah, this is a weird little building here. I'm not sure if this actually leads to anything essential. I don't think this is essential for, like, getting to the final boss, but we're taking our time here. We're going for 100%. And this is a interesting little puzzle area. This is actually, like, you don't have to do this multiple times, but it's kind of annoying because you may have gathered that there is going to be a puzzle at the end of this where we take Fat Wario through those blocks that have two states, and, like, if you don't have them in the right state, you can't get the key. And if you fall down while they're in the wrong states, you have to, like, do this again to switch their positions, and I think it works a lot better as a single treasure challenge than the gimmick of a whole level like in the Castle of Illusion, though. It's just, yeah, very... I think actually you can skip this one if you keep that spearhead. I'm gonna try that, in fact. Because I think you should be able to, yeah, just barely make it up there. I cannot recall for the life of me if this accomplishes anything, or if it is why I remember getting down there in the incorrect state, but can't hurt to break these. Okay. Again, you will forgive my... that literally... You will forgive my repeated transgressions. I did literally say I knew that was going to happen and then did it anyway, which I think says a lot about society. Okay, so that's how you finally get to the treasure. You need to actually flip this to... Oh my god, you can't be on fire before breaking the platforms. You know what, no, I deserve that. I gotta let it play out. I can't be doing that on the first time through an area. You could just do this? Wait. Oh, you can't? That's... I did not realize that the block underneath them had to be free for the interaction to work. Fascinating. Wario Land 3 still got some secrets even for a veteran like me. Anyway, now that those blocks are lifted, it should be possible to break the donuts and actually land on those donuts that are the ones blocking the way to the key. Donut blocks, that is. Not to be confused with donut blocks, Mario. Yeah, again... Yeah, so that is the area that you have to be really deliberate about breaking everything, because every time you land on a different block, that counts as it breaking again. Or, like, that counts as a jump for exercising. I think we should be on track to finishing this with minimal redundancy, thanks to the rewind. Believe me, you're not missing anything by that little use of modern technology. This is the definitive way to play Wario Land 3, in my opinion. It was the Game Boy Advance with the fake widescreen stretching it out for a long time, but this narrowly matches it, and I don't even know what I was trying to do there. I was trying to throw him at the donut block, which seems like it would be a disappointment for everybody. And in that process, I have put myself back at the beginning of the switch loop, which I like to think this covers all my bases. Nobody can accuse me of not using the convenient rewind tool to save some time, and no one can accuse me of skipping the intended autorial experience of Wario Land 3, which is to mess up and have to do this part over and over. I think maybe you do unlock something that unlocks something in another level for beating this, because it would be a little bit sad if this was all for an optional item. On the other hand, this does seem like maybe it's like slightly beyond the difficulty they want the intended path to be, but like, there's really no way for you to know what the like direction of progression is at any point, especially after getting the last power-up. Just gotta keep doing levels until one of them has the last music box. Let's see what we got in this chest here. Yeah, I think this is significant. Like, it's not necessarily more difficult than the blue chest here with the fan, but it's a lot more involved. I forgot that we had already done that in this playthrough. So we got one more eye for that extra door that we had seen in the Tower of Revival. That leads somewhere interesting, although not at all necessary for completing the game. I genuinely do not remember what... can we just get... We might be able to just get the green chest immediately in here, because I'm not sure what you would need from this second screen. Probably should talk to the hidden figure about that, but I do not seem to recall this level having any extrinsic events, except for the one that is not for the area I'm going to. I will say, like, just the act of commentating on this game has changed a bit dramatically since the beginning, because I definitely think that, like, the first 8 or so levels have very, like, cool, creative design, even if, like, the golf and stuff is a bit repetitive. At this point, it does definitely get a bit esoteric. I don't think that's a bad thing by any means, but it is, like, harder to just gush about, like, what the genius level designers were thinking. Oh yeah, that's a really good joke. You gotta turn that platform on to make it up there. It's actually kind of a relief because it would have been sad if I had everything correct and messing up the spring Wario that badly was the only reason. I forget, does this have a... Yeah, there might not be a fast... Oh, okay. Oh, good to know for later. We will probably never have to go in there again, but... Let me have this. Yeah, this is just like... I'm not sure if this is a deliberate challenge. It's just like... The game's engine is kind of at odds with itself here. Like, the enemies having such a big hitbox makes it very strange to, like, change the direction you're facing. But you could either hit that last throw block like a good gamer, or just struggle through it like I did there. And I believe up here we're gonna have the green key, and we know that all of the treasure chests in this level are in that first room, or rather in rooms immediately off that first room. Over here there's just a music coin you can get if you... Oh, and then... Okay. Don't mind me. I don't even know, like, is this all just different music coins? I think this is actually, like, one of the first levels I 100%ed the music coins on, because I just thought it was, like, interesting how many were lumped in here. Oh yeah, there's the other thing hidden behind a pillar. That one can be tricky. I don't... you know what? I'm not sure if there's an advantage to... Well, I'm not sure if I can actually get that guy down here to do the big jump, so... Okay, at least it was in a relatively favorable position. Oh yeah, another day-night difference. You have the light coming in through the windows instead of the torches, or along with the torches, to cure zombification during the day. It's a pretty minor thing, but... Almost all the levels have, like, some little difference like that if you're looking for it. I think that one's common to pretty much everything with the zombie enemies, actually. Because most of them do appear in levels that have interior spaces. Ah, we got Wario's garlic. After it got rotted. Okay. So this is the path of progression for beating the final boss. That is kind of a... I mean, like, obviously that big hallway should encourage you to go explore further, but if you're not used to the idea that, like, you can have multiple treasures unlocked by a single item in the same level, you might not think to go there for another treasure after getting the torch, especially because that unlocked a level and seems like it's the main thing you were supposed to get, but... that's the only way to get to the final boss. Nothing else is going to redirect you there. You're just going to have to think about places that you can still get treasures, which is how I ended up there right then, so can't say it doesn't work. I had somewhere in mind to go... Oh right, I never got the Peaceful Village third chest. I don't think that does anything, but it's an interesting one, and yeah, I was thinking about that because I was talking about the zombies. You actually want to do this at night. It is one of the relatively few day-night exclusive treasures, unless there's like a weird backdoor way to get it that I am not remembering right now, which is pretty plausible based on how this level works, because I think that ladder back there might relate to that area. I don't know. You can kind of tell, like, when I get to the levels that I did not do every single playthrough as a kid, and I do not have quite the memory of them. This is the one where it's like, wow, free the Science Stein, because it even looks like he's supposed to be in a little contained area, but nope, you can take him wherever you please. And I believe this is the last major invisible... there might be one more somewhere else. Does he respawn just by going off screen? Nope, gotta... Maybe you might be able to enter this house through a pipe on the roof or something. No? That door is always open, but I don't think this actually... Yeah, this just leads to this different house, which is a little weird, considering they appear to be the same building on the outside, but that is not the weirdest thing about this area. Okay, you actually need to do the jump charge there. Yeah, the combination of the, like, not just hold a direction and press the jump button type platforming and those weird, shocking enemies makes a tricky combo. Okay, that was not the right order to do things in. Can I unlock a better way to get here? Also, is this like the main map? I don't think it is, but like... I don't know, is the idea that this is like a weird old mansion in the village inhabited by haunted old Science Stein? I don't actually know if I need to be invisible for this, but I would rather not find out that I do too late. Okay. Yeah, remember this from the Cave of Flames? It's back. Invisible fishing. Okay, so there was no reason that you would have had to be invisible for that, but I did have to be invisible to get back here. So actually, this is not the weird part I was thinking of. I wonder which... That might be in, I think that there's another area that plays around with invisibility in a weird way that I think is in the, Beneath the Waves, one of the later chests there. Let's see. So what is the hidden figure? Oh, the hidden figure probably thinks I should go to Out of the Woods because its mouth opened up. I guess... Let's see, we're at... Yeah, I think I'll just beat the final boss so we can get the hint system back from that, because it's just going to direct us to unlocking and defeating the final boss if I don't do that first. So yeah, all of this is just like, you may be thinking, you've mastered Out of the Woods, what is there left? If you don't remember what the cutscene showed, but I remember what the cutscene showed. That's right, we got the angry tree from the Forest of Fear opening its mouth. And this is a fun little, like, final mandatory platforming section. Once you know the trick is that there are just birds everywhere, it is kind of manageable. It has the thing that I keep complaining about with the donut blocks where you can't get through all of them. Although I think all that's down... yeah, I'm sure all that's down there is a music coin. This is sort of a tricky part. If you lose that caterpillar, you have to make a timed jump on the bird, and I don't know why I'm not holding down A. Well, I know why. It's because I'm short hopping, and then... yeah, I guess I was talking big about how this wasn't that bad, but it's still a challenge. Yeah, it's very tempting to clear out all these donut blocks, and it does take you to a kind of interesting area, so I'll show it off, but it's just for a music coin. Okay, I showed it off, but I didn't get it. Yeah, that's the annoying part about it. Perhaps by design, because you aren't even going to make it down there if you're trying to break both in the pairs, and it's not very satisfying to leave one of the blocks left there. There's the blue key. One last act of repeated platforming. It's sort of cathartic that you get to stomp that bird on the way down. But, yep, we're wrapping up the, any percent run here. I will spoil the surprise that this, tree ends in a boss fight, and that boss gives you the last of the, music boxes. I'm trying to remember if there are even any bosses in the game that aren't on the critical path. I think they probably all are required in some way, but I haven't actually, like, verified that. Anyway, here's the boss. Cool little guy. Kind of reminds me of, one of the phases of the Golden Diva in Wario Land 4. So anyway, if those touch you, you get turned into Yarn Wario, I believe. I can't remember if a regular throw even works. I think you might have to do a charged throw to hit him in the face. Yeah, it's not trivial. It actually kind of gets easier as it goes on. Well, I mean, more of those start getting spat out at the same time, and it makes it easier to get hit, but it also makes it less likely that the only one is gonna fall off the side or be in a really inconvenient place. Not that the place it's in really matters that much. That's a kind of tricky thing, but it usually won't kill you unless you're on, like, this side. I usually just pace around like that and have good results. But if you're going for a no-hit run, bad news. I will do this fairly one time to just demonstrate there is some mercy. You don't have to climb up that first level again like you do to get the key. Although if you get hit by some of these caterpillars, you will roll out the same way that the key was, so you can't be too complacent. But I'll give it a second fair try, and if we... yeah, that's just why I don't like the first phase. There's probably somewhere you can stand to make that not happen, but I don't know where it is. Yeah, usually if you're pacing like that, it won't land anywhere near you. Hop, hop. Oh my god. Oh wait. Yeah, I think he waits for them to be all the way off screen, which takes a little bit longer if they fall off that edge. Ugh. And if you're good, you can catch them again when you miss, but I'm having nerves. Yeah, okay. You get the idea. I actually might be mixing up the fully charged thing with the final boss. I'm gonna try just doing a regular toss on this one. Flap, flap, flap. Oh my god. I swear I'm good at this game. Okay, yeah, you do not need to do the charge throw. That does make it a bit easier. We did it. I like the little steps there. And wouldn't you know it? Well, let's wait for it. And yeah. Wouldn't you know it, the final music box was in the first level the whole time. I think that's a fun way to put the game to a close. And I believe that will be the first level that you, like, absolutely have to have gotten every treasure in as well. Yeah, I'm of two minds of doing the final boss right now, but the winning mind is the one that says do it. Wonderful work, Wario. I'm always saying this. Now, replenish my power. This is a song known as the Ballad of the Windfish. I like the frightened but not on fire Wario sprite making a triumphant return here. And the walls Wario was running between was actually the hands of Rudy the Clown. I'm not gonna try to do a clown voice. Not like a bug. Alright, I'm gonna do this without save states because I'm good at the game. Yeah, so the idea here is you got your typical sort of master hand fight, and you can ground pound on the hands to stun them. It's easiest to do during that attack. It might actually not be possible during other attacks, but if it is not reliable. Oh, you don't even need to do the charge. Why did I think you needed to do the charge throw? I think I'm thinking of the Golden Diva. Anyway, he just keeps getting faster as you take the hits on him. And I think he's more than a 3 and done boss. I do not remember his total number of hit points, actually. Probably 5 or 8, if I had to guess. Yeah, it's weird, like... I don't think it's eating my inputs per se, but, like... the amount of time that spends stunned is so low that, like... it's kind of easy to flub. Notably, you need to be doing, the high jump where you're holding the up button to make it over the swipes like that consistently, and you, like, as you can tell from the weird bouncing and, like, hovering up. Oh, 4 hits? I don't know why I thought it was more than that. Well, not the most challenging boss, but it is sort of interesting rather than just, inconveniencing you like literally every other boss and every other enemy and every other platforming thing. You will get a game over if he grabs you, which adds a extra little bit of excitement to that fight. And look, all the enemies you've been brutalizing and tossing around the whole game were actually the innocent denizens of Music Box. This is a really nice song, so I'm not going to talk over it. Their mistake was not thinking Wario would be strong enough to beat him. Yeah, and unlike Wario Land 4, and I guess Wario Land 1 and 2 have like variable endings, you do get a special screen for 100% completion, but you do not get more treasure in that scene or anything for beating it with a higher clear percent. But Wario still wants the rest of that treasure. Wario Land 3 staff. Very short and sweet credits there. Definitely very reminiscent of the Mario 64 credits, I think, in terms of the melody. And I really like the main motif of the level theme playing at the end there. Good stuff. And I forget, I think you're just supposed to turn off your Game Boy at this point. But I would say that's about as good of an end to the part that I'm going to get. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time to clear out the rest of the treasure from the music box. Semper Games.